Hello and welcome back to the IPF World Open, Sub-Junior, Junior and Masters Classic and Equipped Bench Press Championships. We're here in Vilnius, Lithuania. My name's Joe Whiteley. I am delighted to be here with Gary Williams today. We are in the classic portion of the competition and we have the Masters men heavier weight classes here for you today. First group is Masters 3 and Masters 4, 83 and 93 kilo classes. In fact, I think we're running in just one group today, Gary.
We'll run the 83s, 93s, and I think we roll into the 105s,
The
120s,
heavier weight
and
groups in
120
Group
pluses.
2. I think you're right.
So it's going to be quite an exciting day. There's a few guys backing up from equipped lifting as well. A couple of people getting back into the battle again with some old foes as well.
And I think we have a complete rematch of one of the heavier weight classes coming up from the equipped competition a few days ago. So it's just time to give a thank you to our sponsors, Eleiko. They are manufacturers of the absolute best platform equipment in the world. And SBD, who make the best lifting apparel relied upon by strength athletes around the globe.
Yeah, look, and you'll see, a lot of our athletes are wearing the SBD gear, and that's pretty much because it really is the best you can get your hands on.
So we're just about ready to go now. We are going to kick off with Maurice Tresh of France. He is in the 83 kilo Masters 3 class. He's 71 years old and opening his bench with 105.
Yeah, it should be a fairly reasonable opening bench. He's well away from his personal best. He's picked a weight that he's quite familiar with. And it's always tough being the first lifter of the day.
Slow and steady. He seemed to have a little bit of problem getting all the way to the chest there. Not something you usually see on raw bench.
Yeah, so, I mean, he gets a good position there. He lifts his chest up really high, which is great.
And we now have Alexandras Zigariovas from Lithuania. Lithuania's fielded quite a big team this year. It's really helpful for the development of the sport when the World Championships comes to your home nation.
Yeah, it gives you the opportunity to, really promote the sport, particularly among the juniors.
But also among the seniors. Alexandras is in the M3, 83 kilo class. He's 65 years old, been competing for 2 years, which means he got into the sport in his 60s.
Yeah, we're seeing so much more of that now, and that was a great lift too. We're seeing so much more of people taking up this sport, at later stages rather than starting as sub-juniors and juniors.
Luis Antonio Riso next from Spain. He's in the M3s right now. He pops up into the M4s next year. He's asked for 110 for his opener.
We haven't seen a lot of lifters from Spain this week, I don't think.
No, they had quite a big team in Halmstad a couple of weeks ago. Not too many. In fact, I can't recall another one from Spain.
Using quite a narrow grip.
Yeah.
And it certainly doesn't worry him. There's plenty of power there.
That was a nice and easy opener.
Very tricep-dominated lift.
Deribe Ospanov next from Kazakhstan. 93 kilo M4.
And Kazakhstan with a very, very big team here this year.
Yeah. 46 years in the game.
They had quite a big team at the World Bench in Japan in 2019 as well, Kazakhstan. Took away a lot of medals in Japan as well.
They did. Deribe was one of them. He took the silver in the classic competition in Japan. He'll be looking to move that up today. And that's a good start.
He gets that chest up really high, doesn't he? Lots of mobility.
Arthur Hierner next from Germany. 83 kilo M3s.
And that's a familiar face. 46 years competing. open of 120. Puts him in pretty good stead if he gets that on the board.
Yeah, he took the silver in Japan in the equipped comp. He didn't lift classic in the equipped in Japan. Unfortunately, didn't have a great day in the equipped competition a few days ago. Didn't manage to make a successful lift.
And he'll be looking to try and better that today. Gets one red light there.
Lockout. I think from the front the lockout looks a little bit weak. Harder to see from the sides though. So here's Yuri Hornick. Also in the M4s. And he's opening with 122.5.
Yeah, this is a very, very respectable opening lift, 122.5. He's 73 years of age, 31 years competing. Yeah, we talked about lockout a second ago, and that's something that we've really been pushing on. You know, the start position and the finish position.
A little bit of effort there at the top.
Side there, wasn't it? You can see his facial expressions there. Yeah, that was what I was expecting today.
Having a bit of a chat with his coach as he leaves the platform there. That wasn't quite as easy as you'd like your opener to look.
What should we go for next, Coach? Can we do the same?
Raimo Häkkinen from Finland. He's an M4 83. Only just come up into the M4s.
Yeah, it's a monster opening lift.
Yeah, 130. And as you pointed out earlier, he's right up against the world record. The world record's 136 in this class. So let's see how this goes. We might be seeing an attempt at that on his second.
I think if he puts this on the board and secures that position.
His left arm was
slow on the left, didn't it?
He was giving it a funny look as well, as if to go, what was going on with my left arm?
He has a bit of a look at the bar on the way out there.
He hit that's what happened. He hit the hooks on his way up.
Yeah, he gave the bench a bit of a stare on the way off.
So here's Thomas Ring. He won Best Lifter in the equipped competition. M3-83, and he's opening with 130. He benched 195 equipped.
That's a fairly solid lift, and that's going to take its toll on him today, so I have to be quite careful with picking his lifts.
Oh, he hit the
clipped the rack as well.
Clipping the rack isn't a fail as such, but it can cause the bar to go up and down. It can really throw you off.
It's certainly a lot easier to deal with in classic. I mean, if it happens to you in equipped, it's generally not something you can manage very well. It's a little bit easier to handle in equipped though.
Hiroshi Takebe, Japan. We are into the 93s now. He's an M3 lifter. Just come up into the M3 class.
Japan have been quite successful this week.
They're a great nation of benches.
You would certainly expect Japan to do well, the world bench.
Easy. Very nice.
Very good choice for opening lift there. Yeah, 3 white lights. Great form.
Philippe Langevin, next from France. He's also just come up into the M3s, and he is an 83 kilo lifter. You can see that in the top left of your graphic there. This will put him right to the top of the 83s.
Yeah, 140, this is a really solid opening lift. And it's going to put him in a very, very commanding position. He just needs to really do his job.
And he has done so.
Oh, and he gets the 3 red lights. Let's have a look. He's looking a bit flustered himself.
Maybe he jumped the command because there was no change in position.
Yeah, I think it may have been a jump.
Yeah, we can't pick that up from the replay, unfortunately, so I think that might have been on commands. Gilles Mandrick next from France again. Opening with 140.
Great leg drive. You can really see his body shift backwards on the press command there. Probably pick it up on the replay a little bit better. As soon as he gets that press command, he just drives with the legs.
Yeah, manages to keep his butt planted
just down.
And we have Benjamin Milis from Lithuania next for 145.
There are some really big lifts, big openers in these M3 and M4 classes.
In the 93 M3s, the world record is 198.
That's enormous. Getting those shoulders dug in as deep as he can. Just to have a nice solid position on the bench.
Tiny bit slow off the chest.
Yeah, a little bit slow than you expect for an opener, but successful nonetheless.
Juha Koivisto from Finland. He's coming out for 150 kilos. This is a decent chunk below his PB. He's got a PB of 175.
That's massive,
man in his
isn't it?
60s.
That is massive. He's been competing for 10 years now. So another one that's come into the sport in the Masters.
Not sure if he just did a bit of a double bounce on the chest after the press command there.
Wait and see with the refs. That was a really tough opener.
It was.
He gets the one red.
He's on the board, but that did not go well, really.
Yeah,
I
just
think
really
he
got
lost
his
his
timing all out
tightness,
of
yeah.
whack there, didn't he? It'll be interesting to see where he goes in the next.
So we have Franz Nerb coming out for 160.
This is a massive.
It is, and
he's
listed his PB as 157.5, so this is a brave move.
This will be a really interesting open to watch. If he puts this one on the board, going by previous competitors, he puts himself in a very, very commanding position.
He's not competed internationally before, so let's hope the coaches know.
We've got unknown territory.
Yep.
Well, they certainly seem to. That was no problem at all. 157.5 is not his personal best anymore.
No, it absolutely is not.
And I don't think 160 is either.
So he is right to the top of the 93s now in the M3s.
Yeah, he puts himself in a really good position because his closest competitor there, Koivisto, wasn't overly convincing with the 150.
He
so
was not, and has only gone up 2.5 kilos. So we're through now into the second round, and we have Maurice Tresh coming out for 107.5. He's only gone up 2.5 kilos.
Yeah, his opening lift was certainly not bad, but it probably didn't move as fast as he wanted it to.
And maybe his coach just was not convinced, wants him to get a nice, easy one on. Yeah,
look, I think that was a good choice. I mean, I think 105 was there, but it was a big risk. And he gets it on the board. He gets that chest up really high.
Not sure what the red light was for. His one foot was moving around a little bit. Alexandras Zigariovas next from Lithuania. He opened at 110. He's gone up to 115.
Yeah, he's in a pretty tough class, the 83 M3s. I mean, You know, the guys are lifting well. He really just has to put the numbers on the board and see if anything goes his way. And that is the nature of powerlifting. You've just got to come out and follow your plan.
Yep. Keep getting your lifts in.
And that should be no problems. Yeah, 3 white lights. Very nice lift. Great leg drive. And he drives in the right direction too. You see a lot of people drive with the legs and it lifts their hips instead of pushing them back.
Pushing back. Deribayo Spanov, Kazakhstan. This is going to be quite a close fight because this will take the lead from Hornick for the moment, but then Hornick gets the opportunity to respond.
And of course, been lifting for quite some time. He's got plenty of experience.
I think he pushed that forward, didn't he?
He may have done it. It's really made it tough for him, but boy, he's showing some serious strength.
He's had to work really hard to overcome that error.
Yeah, he gets the 3 white lights, but
I think we'll see that on the replay, that he just pushes upwards rather than back.
It's great chest position. Yeah, there was no backwards movement at first, and then even there, he's still really pressing straight up. Boy, he had to work.
Yeah, well, he's used up a lot of energy to get that to the top.
And that's really going to impact his third lift now.
We have Arthur Herner coming out for 125. Gone up 5 kilos.
Yeah, his opening moved really well, so... You know, I think 125 is a really smart one. It keeps him in touch.
He's in the 83s. We've got 4 classes on the platform at the moment, so if you want to follow the score sheet at goodlift.info, that's the best way to follow the competition. And he's got, I think he got 1 red from the centre for lockout before,
that was the same again on this one. His lockout's just a little bit soft. We'll have to look in the next one at his start position. I mean, you can have medical reasons where you can't actually lock out, but you've got to demonstrate that correctly. We've removed that.
We have Yuri Hornick out next. He is looking to take back the lead from Ospanov with 125.
He doesn't look super comfortable under that.
Oh, it's going.
Yeah,
that wasn't quite there.
He got a nice little backward drive, but it just went a little bit too far. He just never looked comfortable right from the start.
So I hadn't realised this is a rematch between Ospanov and Hornick from Japan. Hornick took the win in Japan, and we could see a reversal this year.
It's always good to see them come back in another competition and battle it out again, isn't it?
Luis Antonio Riso from Spain. He's gone up a long way, actually. He opened at 110.
Very big.
Yeah, he's gone up to 125.
That is a very, very big jump, 15 kilos.
Controls the descent well. But that's a lot of work.
There's a lot of work there. There's not a lot of room left to move. He gets the 2 whites.
Got it on the board.
And there's
He
not
looks
a whole
like
lot.
that's taken a
really
lot
looks
out
like
of
it's
him.
Sapped him there.
And as it grinds to a halt there. Thomas Ring next, Sweden. He won his class in the equipped, but he's got a real challenge from the French lifter in this classic competition. Open with 130, looked strong, gone up to 135.
Yeah, look, he's in the number 1 position. He really just wants to get them on the board. Nothing crazy. Keep an eye on everyone else. And just defend that gold medal.
Nice.
And that will go a long way to defending that gold medal.
Technique absolutely spot on.
And still has plenty of room to move.
No deviation of position whatsoever, just drives the bar through. And now we have a world record attempt.
Well, we knew it was coming when his opener was that
so
good.
Easy. So the bar isn't quite, he's raring to go, he's trying to come out on the platform, but the TC is towing him back.
Record.
Yeah. But this is higher, his second round lift is higher than most of the M3s, and he's 71 years old.
That is impressive. 136.5 is on the bar for the world record.
Record belongs to Haruki Imaizumi. It was set in Tokyo last time this competition was held.
And this will be a tough lift though. His 130 moved well, but 6.5 kilos is quite a bit different.
And let's not forget he's attempted to do something that no one has ever done before.
I think that looked better than his opener.
I think it does. He's clipped the rack again though.
He has. He looked at and he gives it a look again, but he gets the white lights and he gets the world record.
Just needs to set up a little bit further down the rack and he won't be.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
I think it was the other side this time.
I think it was, yeah. Maybe he was overcompensating. And now we have Philippe Langevin from France. He didn't get this on his opener.
Yeah, he's put himself under pressure a little bit here.
I can't quite remember what the fail was. Did he just not manage to press it?
Yeah. He sinks in deep that time.
Well, that looks good.
Looks nothing like his opener.
And he is on the board and right to the top of the M3-83s.
Yep, that one lift put him all the way back to the top. That was a completely different lift to his opening lift.
Hiroshi Takebe with 140. His opener was brilliant. He's gone up 10 kilos, and I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, that's quite within there. His
absolutely
opener
smoked
absolutely
130.
Rocketed, didn't it? He has come here to try and get himself into the medals.
And he's done the smart thing, hasn't he? He's opened really quite light, not wasted any energy, got on the board. And now he can go into battle. Oh, he has not waited.
The command and he knew it too.
He knew it and went back down.
But he did the smart thing there. I'm not going to waste my energy pressing this.
Yeah, you don't get away with things like that at this level. So that's a shame because he's looking really strong.
Yeah, just
I wonder if he'll go up.
Yeah, look, it'll be a tough call. I mean, I think he's strong enough to give himself the opportunity to maybe get into a bronze medal position if he goes up.
Gilles Mondric from France is on the platform right now with 142.5 on the bar.
Oh, very nicely done.
Decent second attempt.
Yeah, that was a very good lift. Plenty of speed. It's almost like he's warmed up now.
You get your nerves out of the way a little bit after your first one. You get your first one in. Benjaminas Milis, Lithuania, 150.
Yeah, this is a solid lift on any scale. And it'll give him the opportunity to maybe challenge for a different colour medal. Something a bit shinier.
He's got his foot on the bottom step right now. This will move him up to silver medal position for the moment. Slow and steady.
Yeah, look, it was smooth all the way through. It was slow, but it never looked like it was in doubt.
That moves him up to silver, but the man he's just taken that place from is about to come out.
Yeah, it's good. He's keeping the pressure on, though.
Juha Koivisto, Finland. He's only gone up 2.5 kilos. His opener was tough, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I think this is a good move. He has the bronze medal position at the moment. This will put him back into the silver medal position. I think when you get a tough opener like that, you've got to be a little bit conservative for your second and just see how that makes it feel after that. I mean, it can be often, as you said, it's that first lift nerves. Oh.
I don't know if that'll be construed as an attempt or
and
not.
It's really
but
thrown him as well.
It took his energy.
Yeah, that's a shame.
He went to go, realised he hadn't got the command. He stayed on his chest, so I'm not sure whether that would have passed or not.
But as soon as he flinched and moved like that, he's lost everything.
Yeah. So that's a shame. So
yeah, that opens the door a bit there too.
For the moment. But here comes first place man, Franz Nerb, for 165.
He has a massive lift. His opener super strong. We were unsure about his opening choice as opposed to his personal best, but he was very convincing.
Made short work of it. Oh, he lifted his head up.
I think he lifted his head there.
Yeah. I think he had a bit of a dancing foot as well.
Yeah. That's a shame because that was a super strong lift.
Yep, head comes right up.
Yeah, his other foot was moving as well.
Yeah, I think he just needs, I think it's just inexperience really.
Yeah, look, just calm it down.
Yeah.
Think about the technique, everything you've been practicing in the gym.
And we see it a lot on second lifts that the lifters thinking about their third, they're thinking about what they want to end up on.
Yeah, you've really just got to focus on that very moment.
So this is round 3 now, and we have Maurice Tresh for 110.
And he will take the silver medal. Oh, I think that was a good choice.
Tough one.
There was
I think that was spot on.
Not much more there. He had to work for every scrap of that, didn't he?
Right on the very edge of strength. But as you said, that gave him the silver medal at the World Championships. And here comes Alexandros Sigarievos with 120. Went up 5 kilos from his opener, gone up another 5.
Yeah, he's ranked number 4. He's had a good look. Really made the determination that anything more than that's out of reach at the moment. So I'll equal my personal best on the platform. Very strong.
And that bar's travelling a long, long way.
Yeah, it certainly is, isn't it? Yeah, that was a very good lift. Just kept his butt in contact there, didn't he?
Just about. You have to keep your head, your shoulders and your butt down on the bench and your feet flat on the floor. So here we have Ospanov. This is our rematch in the M4 93s. He's looking to just stay ahead. His rival failed 122 last time. 125, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I mean, I think the 2.5 is quite conservative, although looking at the descent.
Yeah, he doesn't look comfortable, does he? No, that's not going.
So he is going to have to wait and see now.
Yeah. So he's got his hands on the gold medal, but we're not sure if he's going to keep it yet because Hornick gets to come out next.
And it all comes down to this lift.
And press for the gold.
So Ospanov is just holding on to that gold and waiting to see what happens.
This is for the World Championship title.
Oh, can he drive it?
It's not
there,
going.
so he is not going to take that gold medal.
So we've seen a reversal on the result from Japan.
So Ospinov gets on top this time and takes the gold.
I bet they'll be back next year.
I can guarantee it. They're probably messaging each other already. I'll get you next time.
Arthur Herner next. And you'd see that a lot with the Masters. They come back year after year for the rematches. And
look, it's a great,
friends.
it is a fantastic friendly rivalry. Yeah, they on the platform.
I mean, no question you want to win, but there's no reason not to be friends, because you see the same faces again and again at the Masters competitions. So this is Arthur Herner coming out for his third lift of 135. He's gone up a long way, actually. This must be for a place. Yeah, this is to move him up to silver.
This will move him up into the silver medal. His bronze medal is fairly secure.
Oh.
No, and it's just a bit too much.
He knew it. He knew it as he went down.
Chest, didn't he?
He's not looking very comfortable. I wonder if he's got a little bit of a tweak.
Yeah, look, it was worth putting it on. I mean, his bronze medal was secure. And that would have thrown him up into the silver.
So we have a world record attempt coming up. This is Raima Hakkinen.
And this is
from
a
Finland.
massive world record attempt.
Yeah. The world record's 140. And this was set in Calgary 2018, Tillman Gallant.
142.5.
So he took the... this is the M4. He took the world record with his last attempt, 136.5. Yeah. He's gone up a long way now to 142. This will be
huge jump.
Higher than the 93 kilo world record in the 83s.
Oh,
wow.
He gets it to the top.
Wow.
Without a whole lot of struggle, really. I mean, I was thinking 136.5 to 142.5 was huge.
There's a lovely little bow at the back there. Yeah, I got confused with the 93 kilo record there, because this exceeds it.
The 93 kilo world record.
That's an impressive lift. And obviously takes the World Championship title as well. Now here's Thomas Ring. Can he do the double? He's the equipped World Champion. This will move him up to gold medal position for the moment, 142.5.
He's going to have to work everything. He's not stopping.
Has he got the lockout?
I think he's got it there. Let's wait and see. He gets the 2 white lights. The coach is over the moon.
Moves into first place.
Well, it's going to be tough, though.
He's got such great technique. He swung back a little bit early, I think, with his elbows, but managed to muscle that through.
He just ground through it, didn't he?
So here we have a big attempt to move ahead and take that gold medal position back. Philippe Langevin.
Yeah, he's not going to let Thomas Ring have it his own way.
Missed his opener, took it at 140. I think another 7.5. I think it's a big ask.
It's a big jump, isn't it? Oh, it came down very fast.
But he's got it. Wow. I really did not expect him to press that so easily.
Absolute brute strength to take back the gold medal in the World Championship.
He takes the world title and his coach off his feet.
And he's taken out his coach as well.
That was a brilliant comeback. Fantastic.
I thought when he pulled that bar down so fast.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a chance, but he proved us wrong. So he has gone up. This is Hiroshi Takebi. He missed 140.
I thought he might go up.
Yeah. He was super strong, absolutely smoked 130, jumped the command on 140.
And look, he had nothing to lose on this one, and this is enough to get him into a possible bronze medal. Obviously with other lifts to come. It's a bit of a Hail Mary.
No, a bit too much. What a shame. What a shame, because he has looked really strong.
He was really strong. I think that second one has sort of rattled him a little bit.
I think he had more in him than the results show, really.
He was way out of position before he even got the press command.
Slid up the bench a little bit. I think we'll see more from him next year. So we have Gilles Mandrake from France. This is an attempt to move up to the silver medal. Came up for 140, went up 2.5, and now he's gone up 10
kilos.
Wow.
Well, I think everyone's
just having a crack
to
at
see
it.
If we can move up a bit.
No,
oh,
not going.
Just a bit too heavy today.
Leaves him in 4th. Controlled it well, but just did not have the strength to press
it was one
down.
of those things where it wasn't a technique issue, it was just too heavy today.
Benjamin Millis, this won't move him up. I think first place is out of reach for anyone in this class now, but there is still a real fight for second.
Yeah, that silver medal is a battle. The gold medal is generally, as you said, out of reach. I don't think you can get there. Just
fought it
out.
to a standstill. So he's going to have a tense few minutes now.
You have to sit back and wait. He's a fraction lighter, so it all comes down to this lift for him.
So here we go. Juha Koivisto from Finland in an attempt to move from bronze medal to silver medal position. He's on the podium. Can he improve?
Yeah, he missed this on his second. So it's going to be a tough lift. But when you get out there to lift for a silver medal and move up from the bronze, it can just give you that little bit more incentive.
It's going,
and
it's going.
I think he's got it.
I think he has.
He does.
Brilliant. Brilliant. That moves him up to silver. And Millis will have to be happy with the bronze. Manages to keep his butt planted and just drives through. And here we have Franz Neb from Germany. Cool and calm and collected. He is the world champion. He cannot be touched as the gold medalist. But he's looking to put that 165 back on.
He really set the benchmark with his opener there at 160. So for this one, he just needs to get all the timing right, everything right. He's already the world champion. Very tricep dominated lift.
Nice.
And very easily done.
Very convincing indeed. And that's why he's the gold medalist.
That's it. He executed that very well. He didn't let the moment get to him. He didn't get distracted by already being the world champion, already having the gold medal. He went out, he focused. Very nicely done.
So we move now into the heavier weight classes, 105, 120, 120 plus. They're still M3s and M4s, and I'm delighted to see this man on the platform. He's been having a few health issues and he couldn't get his weight up into class.
Ah, that's right.
So he missed his the equip competition. It's unusual to miss weight from the bottom end.
Yeah.
But I'm delighted to see he's made it onto the platform today.
Let's hope it hasn't affected his energy too much.
He's made it in with by 250 grams. So here he is, Hans Thissing from Denmark.
Oh,
very easy.
He opened so conservatively there. And I think he opened conservatively because of everything he's gone through this week.
Yeah, it's been a really difficult week for him. And there he goes.
Maybe a little too conservative.
Maybe so. He can take a bigger jump now.
That's right.
Hans-Joachim Twerk from Germany. Next, he is in the 105 M4s. He's opening with 80 kilos. PB is 130 and this is 80, so...
Yeah, this should give him plenty of room to move, and it does.
Yeah.
Very easy.
Nice and easy.
You know, I think it's great to see... I think it's great to see the maturity of some of these athletes, you know, with everything they've had go on throughout the week, and it can be travel, to take that conservative opener, as we just saw, you know, a very conservative lift, but with everything that's happened throughout the week for some of these people...
It's been a difficult time. So this is Ivan Vesely from Czechia. He's in the M4 120s.
Almost 30 years of competition experience.
$82.5 on the bar. Easy.
Very nicely done. It's a really focused technique. Well, he gets the 2 red lights there.
Oh, so let's watch that back.
Interesting.
I wonder if it was commands because I didn't really see anything.
It may well have been. They're saying he has quite an interesting technique. I mean, a lot of lifters, as they descend the bar, they tend to tilt their head and look at it. And he's really focused and not looking at the bar at all.
Joël Robineau from France. Next, he is looking for 100 kilos.
He was coaching here as well.
He won his class in the equipped. See what he can do in the raw.
He's certainly off to a good start.
Yeah, that was a nice opener.
3 white lights. Making that opener look very easy.
Here's Tibor Horváth from Hungary. He is in the 120 plus, super heavyweight, and he's asked for 110 kilos to be loaded onto the bar.
And to give you an idea of just how strong some of the M3 lifters are in the world, the 120 plus M3 world record is a massive 228 kilograms.
Wow, that's insane.
That is absolutely insane.
That looked really comfortable there for Tibor. Moved very well indeed. We're seeing the experience of some of these Masters lifters now. Really well chosen opening attempts. Vidas Bernatonis from Lithuania, local man. He's coming out for 115. PB's 120, so he's not too far off that.
Yeah, he's touching pretty close there. And he's been competing for 10 years, so I don't see him ready to go yet. A few issues with the technical controller.
TC is not happy with something. And the clock is ticking down.
He's only got 25 seconds to go now.
Yeah, he was trying to use a belt that wasn't approved, so that was the problem. The TC's rejected it, and he's out on the board, and he really needs to be thinking about getting on the bench and not worrying too much about...
Yeah, sometimes you've got to forego your usual rituals.
Yeah. Now he's got the bar in his hands.
Oh,
and he's got the command. Now, it's a good job he chose a really easy opener there.
Yeah, and that is why you choose that conservative opener. I mean, something goes wrong and you can do the lift anyway. And, of course, only approved equipment.
Yeah, so that's interesting because we do have a kit check here, but that he must have not submitted that belt at kit check.
Yeah, and that is, sometimes you've got another belt in your bag.
And here we have another Spanish lifter coming out, Rodrigo Manuel Rodriguez Pinheiro, for 115 in the M3 120s. It was a good spot by the TC though. Nice, very easy.
Yeah, he made short work of that. That was quite casual, just thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute for my second.
And here we get into the M4 105 rematch.
And here's a familiar face.
Yeah, Seppo Compa. He was silver medalist a few days ago in the equip competition.
Can he turn that around in the classic? It's going to be tough.
Because he has Alan Fugelsang. It was nip and tuck with the two of them in the equipped, and they're opening within 2.5 kilos of each other in the classic. Fugelsang came out on top in the equipped. Let's see how it goes in the raw.
Well, this will give us an indication of just how much the equipped has taken out of him. And a
nice,
very good opening lift.
His PB is listed as 134, which I presume is the national record.
And he selected that opener very, very well.
Yeah. Elguye Kvinquinia from Georgia in the super heavyweight M3s, coming out for 120.
Yeah, we have seen him around before, 41 years lifting. There's a lot of experience in that gentleman right there. Oh, he got a little bit off on the command there.
You think he jumped it?
No, at the start command, he just, he gets the
They
two
think
red
he
lights.
jumped it, yep.
I think he started on the start command, but he second-guessed himself, I think.
It just goes to show that no matter how experienced you are, nerves can get the better of you. And here's Alan Fugelsang coming out to take the lead from Seppo Compa.
This lift here will now set the scene. If it's as quick as Seppo's lift.
He is a very experienced lifter. He's the current equipped powerlifting champion. Quite an unusual position.
Yeah, I was just looking at his foot position. But he gets the three white lights and the battle begins.
And he moves into the lead, but only by 2.5 kilos.
Yeah, it's just a smidge there. It's going to be a battle. If you want the gold in this one, you're going to have to work for it.
Terry Young from Canada. We haven't seen many Canadians yet in this competition.
Only a couple thus far.
It is quite a long distance for them to travel, and that does take it out of you, especially as a Masters lifter. It's a long way to come. You've got jet lag to contend with.
Look, it is a long way, and the time difference really, really impacts you. The last competition in Canada I attended, I think I had jet lag for a week.
Controlled descent, and very strong.
Nicely done. I think he's happy with that.
I think so. He benched 132 Canadian nationals recently. So they made short work of that. So here's Harry Tiranen from Finland. I think he competed equipped the other day.
I'm pretty sure he did. And
he's
he has
coming out for
massive opener.
155 kilos.
This is basically telling the rest of the competition, don't even bother. I've got this.
He won his class, didn't he? He's the equipped world champion. So looking to do the double.
And even though we say this is a big opener, it's well below his personal best.
Easy.
Very easily done.
He is going to be really hard to catch in this class now.
Yeah, look, he's just sent a message and said, I am the world champion. Don't bother.
No, you talked about huge openers, and we have a really big one coming up here. 190 kilos for Stanislav Mentel from Poland.
This is massive. $190 kilos. We're in the 105 M3s. The current world record is just a couple of waffles above that at 200 kilograms.
Now he lists his own PB at 200, which matches the world record. Oof, I think he tried to go before the start command then and came back down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was just nerves.
Yeah, it really was. But this is really going to upset his game plan now.
It is now. He had a bit of a bench when the bar dipped. That was just all over the place. I mean, he's the reigning world champion. He won in Japan, which is the last time this competition was held.
He knows what he's doing.
So I wonder if that run at the world record has just.
It can play on your mind quite a bit.
Yeah, and that's what you're thinking about. You're not thinking about your opening. You just get this one out of the way, and you make technical errors.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
it can be a real problem if you're thinking too far ahead. Yeah. You're thinking, I need to get this lift on the board because I want to have a run at the world record. If I don't get this one, I'm not going to get a run at the world record. Before you know it, you've completely thrown yourself off.
In the meantime, Hans-Joachim Turk is not going to come out for his 82.5.
And he has done the really respectful thing there and left his attempt in to let that clock run down because this isn't a big flight.
It isn't, and if you scratch your attempt, that is 1 minute less than that your other competitors have to recover. So it is considered polite to leave your attempt in, and the rules state that in that situation you let the 60 seconds run down, which they are about to do now.
And this is particularly important in these heavier weight classes. Recovery is a bit tougher.
It is, because you're moving the bigger weights as the heavier weight classes. So he's timed out. That is a no lift. And we move around to Ivan Vesely. Now he missed 82.5 on his opener, and he's gone up 5 kilos.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
You don't usually recommend this in classic lifting.
Yeah, and particularly in this case where it's not going to be enough to put him in contention for the gold medal. I mean, to take the silver medal, he just has to put an attempt on the board.
Yeah, I think I would have recommended that he take that again. I mean, even if he had other goals, such as national records, you have to be on the board in order to take the silver medal away. So
let's hope he proves us wrong.
Yeah. Nervous moment for his coach. Heads up.
Did the same thing last time, I think. And struggled with lockout there, and again three reds. That is disappointing.
That's a real shame. But it's about getting one on the board.
I think that's going to be a hard one to correct as well.
His head came up as he pressed. That's a difficult situation.
And I think the head coming up is going to be difficult for him to correct.
And here's Hans Thissing, very popular lifter. He's gone up a long way. His opener was so easy.
Oh, look, and and he did that for a reason. He's had such a hectic
difficult week
and difficult week.
But he's made it. He's out here. Being coached by Annette Pedersen. Legend herself lifted yesterday. So this is 90 kilos. It's well within his capability.
Yeah, this rockets as well.
I think his head moved around a little bit. I hope it didn't come up. It did not.
It did not make
fantastic
contact. He's got enough. He's got a big enough head to keep contact.
So we have Joel Robineau from France coming out next for 105. Made short work of 100 for his opener. Got up 5.
He's had a busy week as well. He's been coaching as well. Yeah, and he's got the World Championship wrapped up here.
Yeah, that's a good looking second attempt.
Yeah, a bit of extra work, but that's a second. That's what you'd expect.
And as you say, I think he's pretty much guaranteed now to take the gold medal.
Yeah, it'd be a bit of a Hail Mary, I think, to try and take that off him.
Thibaut Hovarth for 120. Gone up 10 kilos. This won't move him up just now, but it keeps him in contention. It keeps him in touch.
Yeah, look, and sometimes on your second lift, that's what you need to do. You just need to stay close enough so that you can then take the opportunity if it's there.
Strong.
Very strong.
Much.
He picks up one red light there.
He did look to push forward and not back, but the weight was so easy for him, it really didn't matter.
Yeah, he's living. I mean, he has gone very straight, but as you said, I mean, the weight was just right. May just be his line.
Vidas Bernatonis, Lithuania. Gone up 7.5. This is 122.5. He's leading the way because Mentel has not got a lift in yet.
And that's the thing with powerlifting. Follow your plan. Doesn't matter how high the other competitors nominated. Just get your lifts on the board and chip away. Ah, very well done.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, 3 white lights look very solid.
And now we go round to Elguya Kvikvinia for 125. He's gone up as well.
Yeah, it's a really interesting choice. I guess in this case, it's the opportunity to go after that gold.
I guess he's trying to stay in the competition, but in order to stay
you've actually got to
in
have
the
a lift on
competition,
the
you've
board.
got to be in it.
I'd probably like to put the lift on the board first before I chased after something.
Yeah, there we go.
That was what his opener should have looked like.
And that moves him into first place, I think.
Yeah, so the gamble paid off for him.
And now we have the rematch, Kompa versus Fuglsang. They've both put the same weight on the bar. Seppo Kompa is the lighter lifter. So this goes around a couple of ways. When two lifters nominate the same weight, the lowest lot number goes first. But if two lifters lift the same weight, the lower body weight takes the advantage. Kompa has the lower lot number and the lower body weight.
Well, this is going to come down to the last lift again. And I think
so.
Their last battle did as well.
It absolutely did.
Ooh,
tough at lockout.
He timed that press command absolutely perfectly, though. A millisecond earlier, it would have been a jump.
And here comes Alan to respond. Now, this won't take the lead back, but we're still on the second round.
And this will come down to the last lift now.
And if they put the same weight in, Alan has the opportunity, as he's got the higher lot number, he has the opportunity to see what Kompa does and then respond to it, because you can change your third attempt bench twice.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, there wasn't much difference between the two of them.
There wasn't. Now, Kompa's put a 135 in for his third. That's definitely a placeholder.
Yeah, I'd imagine
because
so.
His 127.5 was tough. He's trying to force Fuglsang into taking an attempt he can't do. So there's going to have to be some real strategy with the coaches there. But in the meantime, we have Terry Young from Canada. Only gone up 2.5 kilos. 127.5 on the bar.
So this is enough to shoot him into the gold medal position, temporarily, of course.
Easy.
And it easily puts him up there.
So I think that wasn't a case of he didn't think he could do much more. It was more a case of just staying ahead.
Yeah, look, I think that was more strategic than anything. I'm going to conserve my energy. I know what I can lift. I'm going to keep in touch and close enough with them. And then, if I can, I'm going to go after the gold.
Rodrigo Pinheiro from Spain. He opened with 115. This is quite a big jump up to 130. I think he's a little bit out of touch with first place man Tironen.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough to chase him down, I think. You know, he's open at 155.
Just clip the rack a little bit.
Yeah, that extra 15 kilos certainly slowed him down a little.
I think he's got a little more. And here comes Tironen to put 10 kilos on his opener. He's coming out for 165.
Yeah, and the 165, I would imagine, puts everything out of reach. It's that big breath. Chest up. Drives it through.
Nice.
Solid looking lift. 2 to 1 is enough. He does get one red light. Hard to see from our replay angle.
Now here we have Stanislav Mentel. He did not get his opener with 190. And he is looking a bit flustered.
Yeah, he does. I was hoping this might have calmed him down a little bit and took the focus off his original plan of a world record, but he really does look a little flustered, doesn't he?
He's a many-time world champion.
He's so experienced.
There we go.
That looks more like it.
Yeah, absolutely. So he is now on the board. He is miles up the road from any of the other lifters in his class.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say he's
10
the world
kilos
champion.
off the world record. So we are. I would hope we're going to see a world record attempt from him.
I would imagine he'll go for the 200.5.
So we're into the third round now, and we have Ivan Vesely coming out to try and get on the board with 87.5.
Needs to put this one on. He either goes home with a silver medal or he goes home empty-handed.
Which would be a real shame. But he has not looked comfortable under the bar today.
Yeah, and he's really got to keep that head down. And the way his head was moving, it almost looks like it's become a habit in training as well.
Yeah. And I think this has been a difficulty for a lot of lifters who haven't had access to their coach in person over lockdown. He's not waited for the start command.
Yeah, they've racked him.
He doesn't know what's happened, but he just started his lift.
That is really unfortunate. Nobody wants to see anyone in their world championship like that.
No, but you have to wait for the start command before you start the descent.
So he will be disappointed.
In the meantime, we have Robino, who is now the world champion, and he's coming out for 110.
He's been around here a lot this week, lifting, coaching, and quite a character.
That is a really well judged third.
Nice to finish, yeah. I mean, he had to work for it. That's what he wants for a third.
And that gives him the gold medal.
Great finish there for him. Kept his technique, fairly solid throughout that lift as well.
Now we have Hans Thissing with a cheeky attempt to snatch the silver.
Well, you've got to take the opportunity when it's there, haven't you? I mean, he opened at 70, he went to 90, now it's like...
Gives the weights a bit of a tap, lets them know who's boss.
Well, let's see if we can do it. And we know he's capable of this as well.
He's benched more in the past.
You know, I mean, I think his first 2 lifts were really feeling out how much this week has affected his strength.
Something's gone wrong there. I'm not quite sure what it was.
Right,
no, he's not going to take it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yep. He walks away with the bronze medal.
Look, I think he was really mature there as well.
Yeah, something went wrong, and let's not injure ourselves. Let's live to fight another day. I'm not quite sure what happened, but
he looks like he really twisted there.
Yeah, I thought, no, I don't fancy that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, not today,
but
thanks.
He's actually made it into the competition, which at breakfast this morning he wasn't sure he was going to be able to do, and he's on the podium.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
So here we have Bernatonis. He's out of touch with first place, and he's no longer under pressure from Thissing, so he will take away the silver medal. So he can run his own race now. He's put 1:30 on.
Yeah, first place is a long way
away. A long way up the road, yeah.
Oh, that came down really fast, didn't it?
Yeah, I think he lost tightness at the bottom there. And you do lose a lot of intensity when you know that you don't really need the lift for the place.
It's really hard to get out there.
Oh, he just swung his elbows back, didn't he, before he came up. Thibaut Hovarth. Opened with 110, went to 120, didn't look any different really, and this is 130. This will give him the lead for the moment. I can see Young in this class has put in 150. That's definitely a placeholder. Don't expect to see him come out for that.
I think that is definitely a placeholder. His second was 127.5.
Yes. Nice, solid third attempt there.
Yeah, really fast off the chest.
Now then, we have the I nearly said a grudge match, but it absolutely wouldn't be a grudge, would it?
Well, no, I think you can still refer to it as a grudge match. When you're on the platform, it's a grudge match. As soon as you walk off, you're best of friends.
Absolutely. So Seppo Komput took the silver medal in the equip competition earlier. He is looking to take the gold today. This is 132.5. Now, to be fair, his second looked tough.
Yeah, look, I think he's just putting himself in the position now. Fuglsang is just going to have to
do more,
outlift.
Because he's in Komput's in the lead at the moment, so he's forcing Fuglsang.
Both their second lifts
and I
look
think
very similar.
it's going.
Come on, drive it through. He gets it to the top.
Well, do you know what? I'm surprised. Yeah, I thought his second looked tough.
Yeah, and look, the thing is here, Fuglsang's lift looked pretty much the same on the second as well.
Yep.
So has he pushed him enough?
Well, we'll soon see.
Well, that battle will finish in just a few minutes.
So we have, in the meantime, we have Rodrigo Pinheiro for 132.5. He's the silver medalist. He can't reach the first place man in this class.
Well, he had to fight for that one, but unfortunately...
I think his head came up.
Yeah, he'll be a little bit disappointed there because he put in a lot of fight and it was quite solid, but yeah, his head lifts right there.
We see it a little bit more in the Masters lifters because, you know, mobility does decrease a little bit as you get older. Here he comes, Alan Fuglsang. Can he do the double? Or does he go home with the silver?
Yeah, look, Comp has made it tough for him. He's pushed him out to 135. And there wasn't a whole lot of difference in speed in their second lifts between the two of them. And I think he's going to drive it through.
I think he is.
I think he has got enough in him for the gold. Oh, and he gets 2 red lights.
He got a blue card for lockout and 1 yellow. If I was the coach, I'd be over to the jury.
I can't see him moving
No,
over.
I can't see them moving. So, you know what?
I think he won't have any joy, though, anyway.
No.
You can see, I saw the butt light through there.
So there we go. Comper took the
turned it around.
Classic World Championship. Vogelsang took the Equipped. That is a great rivalry there.
That is fantastic.
In the meantime, we have Krikvinia from Georgia for 135. That was a well-judged third, and that moves him up to first place.
Yeah, look, that was a smart move. We've got a temp change going in now. That would be the change to the 150 placeholder.
So Terry Young is now in third place because the positions have changed. They're really close battle in the 120 plus M3s. So Terry Young is the heavier lifter, so he's going to have to do 137.5. He had the higher lot number anyway. Yeah, so he couldn't have gone down. Oh, he could have gone down to 135, but he's heavier, so he needs more weight.
Yeah, that was a good move. He put in the 150 placeholder and just sat back and watched what everyone else was doing. And this is how much I have to lift to win gold.
Now they're fiddling about with something around the back, but here he comes. He's out on the platform. Coach is shouting, "Let's go, Big T!" This is for the world title.
So he played a really good opener and a really good second. He was really smart by putting in a placeholder there and left himself in charge.
Oh, look at that.
I think he could have left his placeholder there and lifted it.
I think he could. But you know, you want to secure the title. That is a great celebration.
Yeah, that was really well done.
And Terry Young is our new M3 Super Heavyweight World Champion.
He played a very, very good session and was in command all the way through.
Harry Tiranen from Finland. He is already world champion in this class. Can't be caught, can't be beaten.
Yeah, with an opener of 155 and a second at 165, he really sent a message.
He did. And it's a tough one, but he's... Oh!
Can you lock it out? Did that bar
I'm not sure. It's certainly stalled.
He gets it to the top and he gets the 2 white lights.
So the centre referee saw the stall, but the 2 side referees... Yeah, you can see from the side it doesn't look to dip.
I don't think it did dip down. It didn't seem to stop.
And now we have a world record attempt.
200.5 kilograms. He's just chipped that world record.
This record has stood since 2015 Salo. Kenneth Mattsson from Sweden. And we know that any of the world record holders that aren't here today are always watching on the live stream.
Absolutely.
Just having a look to see if they're going to keep hold of it or not. So here we go. Stanislav Mentel, Poland. Already world champion. This is for a world record.
He's going to have to get everything right.
No, not quite. It was a good effort.
Yeah, look,
not quite there.
I think that original plan may have been 190, 195.
Maybe
then
so.
The world record.
Maybe
and that's really thrown. But he's the world champion with 190 kilograms, isn't he?
That was a phenomenal session with lots of close rivalries, world records attempts. Some went, some didn't. That's powerlifting.
Certainly is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony will be held by President of the International Powerlifting Federation, Gaston Barrage, and Noble Morten from Norway. In the Masters 4, second place with the result 110 kilos to Trish Maurice from France. In the first place with the result 142.5 kilos to Haken and Reima from Finland. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Finland. Masters 4 in 93 weight class, second place with the result 122.5 kilos on the bar to Kolik Chiri from Czechia. And first place with the result 122.5 kilos to Askwana Daribai from Kazakhstan. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Kazakhstan. In a 105 weight class, third place with the result 80 kilos to Yuri Franz Joachim from Germany. Second place with the result 127.5 kilos to Ruslan Alan from Denmark. And in first place with the result 132 kilos to Opasepa from Finland. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Finland. In 120 kilos weight class, first place with the result 110 kilos to Joe Urbanel from France. third place with the result 125 kilos to Arthur Heiner from Germany. Second place with the result 142.5 kilos to Thomas Reed from Sweden. And the first place with the result 147.5 kilos to Philippe Latvin from France. And once again, let's stand up for the national anthem from France. Benjaminas Vilis from Lithuania. Second place with the result 152.5 kilos took Yuka Koivisto from England. First place with the result 165 kilos to Franz Nerk from Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Germany. Master 3 in 105 weight class, third place with the result 90 kilos to Hans Dusin from Denmark. Second place with the result 122.5 kilos to Vydas Bernatonis from Lithuania. And first place with the result 190 kilos to Stanislav Metel from Poland. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Poland. Rodrigo Manuel from Spain. And first place with the result 170 kilos to Kari Tiranen from Finland. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Finland. In Masters 3 in 120 plus kilos, the third place with the result 130 kilos to Horvat Tibor from Hungary. Second place with the result 135 kilos to Elga Klimkinen from Turkey. And the first place with the result 137.5 kilos to Terian from Canada.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not all. Now we will award.
One moment, please. 1 second. We will now hand over the trophies for the best lifters because the lifters have no bucket, so we will do it now. Here, the Masters 3 and the Masters 4, yes?
Yes.